Good morning. Good morning. So, I wanted to read a little article here. One of the things that we are really going through as a country, this isn't just happening in one state or one part of one state. This seems to be happening everywhere. Um, the violence that's happening in our schools. Um, Pew pew. I got to be careful what I say. Trying to learn to do that. Okay, so Kentucky State Police, Kentucky Department of Education issue statement on recent school threats. In response to several school threats that have occurred across the Commonwealth this week, the Kentucky State Police and the Kentucky Department of Education have issued the statements below. Kentucky State Police will continue to work with school resource officers, local law enforcement, and school administrators to ensure the safety of all students. As a trooper and a father who has children in our school system, I can assure you that we will take any threat seriously and make arrests where possible. Kentucky State Police Commissioner Philip Burnett Jr. There is no greater trust or responsibility that can be given to our schools than a parent or guardian saying he or she trusts us with his or her child. While we are concerned about the amount of time our students are missing due to these hoaxes, our primary concern is the safety and well being of the students and staff members that are in our schools every day across Kentucky. We ask our families to talk with their students about the very real and serious consequences that can happen if they call in a threat against another student or their school. A threat like this can result in a student facing suspension, expulsion, and or alternative placements, in addition to the consequences from our justice system. That was from Kentucky Department of Education Commissioner Robbie Fletcher. Kentucky State Police and Kentucky Department of Education urge parents to have a conversation with their children about the dangers and consequences of posting threatening messages on social media or online. Families should also speak with their children about reporting any concerning information they may come across on social media or online to an adult. Ensuring that any information reported is accurate and truthful is crucial, as false reports can lead to unnecessary fear and confusion. And that's what I want to talk about is the fear and the confusion of our children. However, KSP emphasizes that this should not discourage anyone from reporting potential crimes or threats. Kentucky Revised Statute 508 states threats of violence directed toward a school are terroristic threatening first degree, which is a Class C felony. Furthermore, a Class C felony is a serious crime that can carry a punishment of up to 5 to 10 years in prison. On August 28th, the Kentucky Office of the State School Security Marshal released the annual School Safety Risk Assessment Report, which shows 99.81% of Kentucky schools are following statutory safety requirements. The report shows that 1,325 schools are in compliance with the School Safety and Resiliency Act. Since Governor Andy Beshear signed House Bill 63 in 2022, every Kentucky public school is required to employ a school resource officer, an SRO, and the number of SROs assigned to school campuses has increased to 790. This is a 28% increase over the last year and a 61% increase since the bill was signed into law. Team Kentucky is thankful for local and state law enforcement agencies and the SROs who have responded to recent threats and work to keep Kentucky students and staff safe. That was written by Sherry Bray from the Kentucky State Police. That was their announcement yesterday, September 12th, 2024. Okay, so our schools are just really, really having a hard time. The children in the schools, not the one, or well, the ones who are in these schools when these tragedies take place are traumatized for the rest of their life. I'm sure that they will need a substantial amount of counseling and support, just to be able to deal with that trauma. Um, Now, the rest of our children are also dealing with the threat of violence. Um, our local high school, uh, the last 2 days, I think it was Monday and Tuesday, but it might have been Tuesday and Wednesday, they had threats sent to their school. And so the police have investigated it, and it looks like it's just hoaxes. But the kids are, they're fearful. Every single day that they go to school now, they wonder and they're looking for someone to commit some sort of act of violence against them. And I'm so thankful for our law enforcement officers, our SROs who are staying at our schools and keeping our kids safe. We have a really great SRO here where I live. She's an amazing lady, and the kids all love her very much. She is part of the community, part of that school community, and we're just really thankful for her. But we also have several other members of law enforcement here in my local area who, they're very easily accessible. If you ever need anything, they'll come in a heartbeat. Um, so, but when things happen, you don't always have a police officer around, so dealing with our children's fear is something that we have to do as parents at home. We have to talk to our kids. This recent school shooting that happened in Georgia, um, this young boy, the videos that have been released on the news, someone saw a threat that he had made on social media, and it was reported. Well, the police went to his father, went to the home. They spoke with the father. They asked what kind of firearms were in the home. They asked if they were accessible. The father acted like he was very, open to hearing all of this stuff. Um, he said that he was angry, of course, said that he had taken him hunting, and that he even had blood all over his cheeks. He had a picture of his son with blood on his cheeks from killing his first deer. Well, that father he said that he spoke to his son too. He said that he knew what a firearm could do. He knew what the damage and the dangers were. So we have to do a little bit more than just speak to our kids. We have to do a little bit more than just talk to them and tell them that it's wrong. We need to be more in tune with what's going on in our children's lives. Because we as parents I'm really glad that they've started holding parents accountable for their children's decisions and their actions, especially when they're so vile, when they affect so many people. The parents are responsible for their children and for what they do. And I'm glad to see that we're starting to hold them accountable in our justice system. So as that trial goes through the justice system, it seems like we're all just sitting around waiting for the next one to happen. And so I just encourage anybody and everybody to be a little bit more observant with your children, know what's going on in their lives and where their emotional state is. Um, you know, People can say one thing, but their actions say another. So words can lie, actions don't lie. So if you're paying attention, if we are paying attention to our children, maybe we can stop the next one from happening. All right. Well, you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.